have to.
Okay. Hi, everybody. MoveEasy Yoga with Via. Today is March 7th, 2023, live. And today's focus is feet and ankles. And you're going to need these props. You're going to need, besides just ordinary washcloth stacks, Neuro ball, therapy ball, half round, and a towel, but you could probably use a washcloth. We're going to scrunch our feet. Feet and ankles. Let's get started in the ordinary fashion. Seven minutes with your legs up. And this is just an opportunity to slow down and just be. No thinking, or if you have a thought, just let it pass by. No grabbing or grasping. See where you are. And put your tongue on the roof of your mouth and slowly move your head from side to side. Take your time, 6 times. Kathy's going to tell me when she's done for as a marker. And come back to center. Your head is looking straight up to the ceiling. And all you're going to do, this is vagus nerve reset, is move your eyeballs out to the right and wait for a sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. You can have your eyes open or closed. Come back to center and go to the left, just shifting your eyeballs, nothing else moves. Waiting for a sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. If you're brand new or almost new, it may take some time, like I'm talking weeks, to get a yawn. But stick with it. Oh. And now, whenever you finish that yawn or finish that segment, come back to center, and then 2 more times, 2 more sets, right, left, right, left. I'm not going to do any cues. You do it at your own pace. Kathy's going to tell me when she's done. That'll be a marker for when we'll start the next move. Or after that, shortly after that. Okay, Kathy's done, so finish up if you're not done. And get ready for head ramping. You may want to put a sponge ball under your head instead of the pillow you have. Or you could sit up if you're concerned about too much compression or loading on the cervical spine. So, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, just contact me and we'll talk individually about that. Go ahead and ramp. So you're just pressing, ramping is pressing your occipital ridge, the back of base of your skull into the floor. Your chin drops a little and then hold and release. This is the move, the ramping move, the head ramping move. I want you to do it 6 times. Kathy's going to count for us. But take your own time. You may not ever be totally in sync with me. Just be comfortable with that and go at your own pace.
It may make you yawn, makes me yawn.
You may continue to yawn because we're still working along the occipital ridge. Traction for the cervical spine. Okay, finish that up. And then you can take your sponge ball away or not. We're going to just do some breath work. Let's do Viloma breathing, which is one of my favorites. On the inhale, a sniff, sniff, sniff. So a third, a third, a third, filling the lungs. And then after you're done with that, an ordinary exhale through pursed lips. And we'll do 5 more of those. Okay. Let's do our traditional hypopressives. Push yourself away from the chair or push the chair away from you, either way. So your knees are bent, but you do need enough space eventually to extend your legs along the floor. Starting with the bent knees, heels are on the floor, toes are lifted, and bring your arms over your chest and flip your fingers and press your hands towards the ceiling and your shoulder blades towards the floor. 3 breaths, and then we'll hold no breath for a count of 15. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, last one. Exhale, all the way out. Hold your breath out, no breath. Count of 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Inhale, arms come down. Exhale, the feet come down. Extend your legs. Cross your right ankle over your left. Bring your arms up over your chest again. Stack your fingers opposite. So right leg is over top, left hand. Bring your arms overhead. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale all the way out. Oops, and I think we have another breath here. Inhale. lost track, and exhale all the way out. Hold your breath out. No breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Inhale, the arms come down. Exhale, the legs uncross. And now go ahead and cross the left leg over the right, the left ankle over the right. Bring your arms up. And this time the right hand is on top, and then bring your arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale all the way out. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale all the way out. Hold your breath out. Ribcage spreads. Belly towards the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And unhinge, arms come down, legs uncross. You can bend your knees, and before we stand up, bend your knees and do wide windshield wipers. My current favorite all-round hip opener. Healthy hips. Wide as you can go, and then down as low as you can go, and then come back up. Your opposite hip will probably come up off the floor. If you have your feet wide enough, you can get both knees on the floor or near the floor. And then whenever you're ready, come up to standing. We're going to start with super brain yoga squats. Stand in good posture with your facing north. If you can. Place your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Cross your left arm over to your right ear and hold your earlobe with your thumb and forefinger in front. The thumb is in front. And do the opposite with your other hand. So right hand crosses to the left ear. Hold your right ear with the thumb in front and the forefinger in back. I want you to bend 15 squats, or stop if you need to, and then you can start up again. But just bend, and your squat is the butt goes out, and then come on up. And you inhale as you squat, and exhale as you come back up. And if you repeat this exercise every day, you will notice improved concentration and cognitive functioning. I think I should get up here and do this with you. Well, for that. And I stopped counting. I'm hoping Kathy is counting.
We're on 7.
On 7? That's good.
Oh, I'm counting.
Okay. So remember the breath. Inhale down. Exhale up.
Last one.
Yay. Now walk around the room. We're going to do some footwork. I want you to walk around the room first. Notice your feet. I'm gonna before we close the class on the tape, on the recording, I'm gonna have Kathy tell her foot story, so we can get it captured in somewhere for posterity. After you've walked around, we're gonna do Neuroball, 6-point Neuroball foot release. And I have to run and get my Neuroballs because I forgot them. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, actually, you only need one Neuroball. So next time we do this, you can invite a friend and share your Neuroballs, but let's start on the right side. Position 1 is up in the middle of the foot, but on the front by the metatarsals. And we're going to do, hold on, I'm going to do 30 seconds, but let me set that up here. $30. Okay. Oops. There you go. 30 seconds. You got a little more on this foot, on this position. Now remember, during any of these movements, or these locations, you can lift your toes and squeeze them, curl them. If it feels like it's available to you, if it's not available, don't do it. 30 seconds. If it's difficult to do this with your entire body weight, sit in a chair. And your time's up. Let's move to the second position. Number 2, right smack dab in the center of the foot. 30 seconds. Remember that you can add on curling your toes and lifting them and spreading them. Okay, 30 seconds are up. Move to the third position, which is back on or at the seam of the calcaneus, which is the heel. Your feet are on the floor, your heel is lifted on the ball. You may or may not be able to squeeze and spread your toes in this position. It's as if the ball is a high heel, is your heel. The calcaneus is a bone and it does move a little bit, not much, but more than you thought. You probably didn't think it moved at all. Okay, position number 4. Bring your ball back up to the center and to the outside edge of the foot. Find your own place. This is often a very sensitive area. 30 seconds. It's sensitive for me today. I don't know I've been compensating. I have twisted my ankle on a rock. And so I've probably been compensating. My feet are probably have all sorts of things going on. It's getting better though. I keep moving consciously and I ice at least once a day. Okay, go next position, number 5, just come straight across to the inside edge of the foot. What you're doing here with these balls is activating the nerves at the bottom of the feet. We have a lot of nerves that stop or end at the bottom of the foot. And if you're having trouble with circulation or a lot of other things, these nerves may be not working, not active, not as alive as they could be. Last position is up just below the big toe mound. 30 seconds. Okay. Switch sides. Starting with position number 1 on your other foot. Your right, the therapy ball is right up by the metatarsal mound. Just below the toes. "30 seconds. I hope you have time during your week between your Tuesday and Saturday class. I hope you have time to do some of these movements, including this series. If you're having trouble with your feet, you should be sure and do it. If you just want to prevent foot issues, you could still do it every day. All right. Position number 2, smack dab in the middle of the foot. So this is kind of a balancing movement, especially if you're standing. So you're going to need to be near a wall or a chair. Okay, position number 3, calcaneus. At the edge of the calcaneus or in the middle. And the next position, come up to the center and out to the outside edge of the foot. And then the next position, number 5, to the inside edge of the foot. And the last one is up, moving it up that inside edge of the foot, just below the big toe mound. Okay, now remove the ball. We're going to do 3 things that we're going to do: a side shuffle, heel walk, and toe walk. I want you to do them from your mat. If you have a yoga mat, the length of the yoga mat, or something, something similar that you can find. So the length of almost your room, maybe. So start at the top of the mat and shuffle, side shuffle, all the way down and back. So let's watch Kathy side shuffle.
Figure out what you're saying. Do you mean like this?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Doing the twist.
Side shuffle. And one direction and then the other. When you get to the back to the top of the mat, now I want you to heel walk. So walk on your heels.
Oh.
You like that? And then and then walk down. I don't know whether having that extra rug underneath you is
Oh, it just gives me more cushion.
okay. Now, whoops, stop, just once, just two directions. Now walk on your toes. Up, down to the other end and back. And now we're going to do heel and toe lifts. So you're going to set up differently. Heel and toe, you're going to need a chair or wall. Kathy sets up on this, maybe so you can see her. I'm not sure. I've forgotten why she does this.
Well, because doing it on a carpet isn't as effective.
Okay, so all you're going to do, and this is a very powerful thing, but we do it all the time. Just lift your heels and drop them. You could also, by the way, do lift your toes and drop them, but we don't do that like that. You could, if you're inspired to do that, it's also a good move. We just, time doesn't permit us to do all of the possibilities. And now, if you have a therapy ball, I suppose you could use your Neuro ball, but a therapy ball, put that between your ankle as far back as you can get it, and do the same thing. Heel and toe lifts with a therapy ball. And see if you can notice your core and make sure you're standing in good posture in all of this, in all of your movements, in the whole class. Shouldn't be rounding. This class tries to avoid rounding at the upper back. Okay, stop that. And we're going to do short foot and balancing on one foot. So let's start with balancing on one foot, so that Kathy doesn't have to shift her gear too much. We're going to do 30 seconds, but in your home practice, you can try to increase this. Go ahead and lift your right foot up. And we'll do an increase here in a minute, not an increase in time. So now there have some new studies out balancing on the length of time that you can balance on one foot or one leg is indicative of how long you're going to live. That's what they say. Go ahead and switch sides, everybody.
Now you can put your foot here or here.
Yep.
Here.
Yeah.
Might make it easier. Oops. Focus.
Did you hear the cat?
Yeah.
Not meowing at you. Now we're gonna do a for people who want to, we're gonna make this a little bit more difficult. If you can't do it, if it's hard, come back down. If it's hard, you can stay at that level. So your right leg lifts, and it's a straight leg, and I want you to just cross it in front of your body. Cross. Keep your leg straight. Oh no, keep your leg straight and move it to the left and the right. Move it. It's a moving while you're moving your leg in front of you straight from side to side. If this is hard, stop, and you can either start again or you can go back to no movement. And stop and do the other side. Legs out in front, and you just swing your leg from side to side while you're balancing on the other foot. You can touch something lightly, or at some point, no touching. Okay, now short foot. Short foot is something, if you practice, it's very subtle, but very powerful for the plantar arch, which is the arch that runs from the front to the back of the foot. We're going to do a split stance short foot. So Kathy's going to, you're standing and your right foot comes forward, step forward. And now it does, I don't think it has to be that much distance between your back foot and your, so a little bit less than that. And now lift your toes on your right foot and lower them slowly down and press on the floor, but keep your toes flat. Don't curl them. And then just stay there for 30 seconds. This is short foot. You should feel the arch shorten. That's why it's called short foot. The arch contracts and shortens the foot temporarily. And breathe. And you don't have to have a split stance. You could just stand side by side, but let's do the split stance, short foot on the other side. Come back. Left foot comes forward. Probably not that much, probably a little less than
Not that far. It looks farther than it is.
Oh, okay, that's okay. So find something comfortable forward. And lift your toes and then lower them and be sure that you're softly pressing them against the floor with flat. You don't want to curl them when you do that. And then stay there. And that movement, you should feel that the arch is shortening. The ends of the arch are moving towards each other a little bit. It's very subtle. But as I said before, and still is, very powerful. You could do this with your shoes on. It's better with them off, but like if you're standing in a grocery store, you could do this. You could do both at once, actually. Let's stop, shake out your feet. And we're gonna do a seated ankle and footwork. So find a chair. And bring your legs out with your heels down and your toes up toward the ceiling. So, and straighten your knees. It's more like that, I think. So, and now what I want you to do is pull your dorsiflexion and hold. So pull your toes towards your nose and hold as much as you can. You're going to hold for 30 seconds. You'll feel this along the back of your calves too.
Mhm.
And now foot scrunch with a towel. So find a towel and put the towel underneath your feet and then scrunch. I think do both feet at once. This is in honor of the time that we have left in the class.
I'm using Kleenexes, but yeah.
Yeah, so you could do this without the towels actually, but the idea is to have a focus for your toes. They're scrunching. And we're gonna just do this for 30 seconds. Scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. You may or may, you may or may not actually succeed in scrunching the towels. I'm not. It's almost like I'm petting the towels with my toes. But I know that it's good for my toes. So I'm doing it. Scrunch, scrunch. I think if I had a different fabric, I think maybe I'd be able to scrunch better. Maybe the Kleenex is more scrunchable.
I don't know about that.
But you get the idea. We're done. 30 seconds with that. Now bend your put your feet on the floor. Bring your right. We're going to do a figure four. Right knee towards the chest. Cross it over. And then handshake. So fingers between the toes, and then with your hand, circle, make ankle circles. 10 times one direction, 10 times the other.
6.
And reverse. And then when you're finished, go to the other side. Bring your left knee up towards your face, cross your ankle over the opposite knee. Thread your fingers between your toes and ankle circles 10 times in each direction. It's interesting on mine, when I'm doing mine, this is the foot that I twisted over a rock. It starts to cramp. It's like, no, you're too much. So I slow it down and try to find places to move that don't create go ahead and switch your direction, everybody. Don't create the cramp. I do not stop moving. I don't think you should stop moving with cramps. I think you should try to move yourself out of them.
Gently, but yeah.
Gently, but usually you move in the opposite direction of where you were going. Okay, let's stop that. And now, staying in your chair, the Z Health ankle rotation series. First, the fat on the right side first. The right foot is straight forward, flat, and now you move it side to side. It's almost a rocking motion. And we'll do this 6 times. I think that's already six times. Then you move it to the outside. And from there, side to side movement. Oh, I forgot the three-way ankle stretch. Let's see if we have time for that at the end. And then come back to center and then move the foot to the inside and with a flat foot, rock from side to side 6 times. I read that all of us are born with flat feet, and the body trains itself to have an arch.
Oh, really?
That's what it said.
Hmm.
I don't know. I didn't finish reading the story, so that's all I can tell you. Come back to center. This time we do all of those things with the toes lifted. We're still on the right foot. Lift your toes. Foot is straight forward. Rock it from side to side 6 times. Come back, stop. Move your foot to the outside. Lift your toes, rock from side to side. Stop, come back to center, come to the inside, lift your toes, rock from side to side. And come on back. Last movement with the right foot, curl your toes. This is the hardest for me because my toes cramp. And side, you're still straight forward. Ooh, I don't know. And then rock from side to side. And then bring your foot to the outside, curl your toes, rock from side to side. And come back to center, go to the inside, curl your toes, rock from side to side 6 times. Okay, switch to the other side. Flat foot, forward, side to side 6 times. And then go to the outside, flat foot, side to side. You can do this standing too, but you might fall over. Okay, come on back. Inside, foot to the inside. Now, side to side, rolling, side to side. And come back. Now the next set is with the toes lifted. Toes, lift your toes. Your foot is straight forward, side to side. Come to the outside, foot to the outside. Lift your toes, side to side. Come back to center, toes to the inside, side to side. Lift your toes, sorry. Come back to center, curl your toes, side to side.
My foot's cramping.
I think this might happen to a lot of us. Go to foot to the outside, curl your toes side to side. You might want to uncurl them as you travel from one position to the other. Come back to center, go to the inside, curl your toes side to side. And come on out. And find your half round. We're going to end with half round.
Are we doing the ankle stretch?
What do you mean? The half round ankle stretch. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
The 3-way ankle stretch.
Need my platform again.
Oh, okay. So with your half round, the straight foot is straight forward at first anyway. You put the front of your foot on the half round, your heel is on the floor behind the half round, and all you're gonna do is move the ankle forward. It's forward flexion at the ankle. And we're gonna do that 6 times. So just move it. You can see Kathy's. So this is not anything, it doesn't have anything to do with the knee. The knee comes forward because of the ankle flexion. It can be very small depending on your own range of motion in your ankle. And then after 6, I want you to move to the outside. It's a still forward flexion, but with a slight angle to the outside of the foot and forward 6 times. You can do this while you're doing dishes. If you have a half round at your kitchen sink. Come back to center and then a slight forward angle, forward but slightly inward angle. These are very, the ankle is not, it does not move very much to the side, but it's nice with this exercise to create a little bit more flexibility. You can imagine if you twist your ankle, you're less likely to injure it. It's more resilient with this kind of practice. Okay, the other side. You can just stay there in a compression too, but we're out of time. So I'm just doing these 3 moves. The forward one. So first forward. A little bit forward 6 times. And now a little bit to the outside, but still forward. Just inviting the ankle to become a little bit more resilient as it moves you. I can tell you a lot of teachers, yoga and Pilates teachers and movement teachers, ignore the feet, but not via Anderson. Come on back. And so let's go to the inside. And it's over the years I've learned how important they are. By the way, I didn't do much footwork before, you know, a couple years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, no. Into the inside. So you're now a little bit to the inside. So you can see we worked on both the ankles and the feet pretty nicely today. And I want you to, when you're done with 6, I want you to get off your half round and walk around the room. See if you can notice any difference. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just, do you notice any difference based on the practice today? And after you've done that and answered your question to yourself, we're going to do Yoga Nidra. So get yourself ready for that. Lying on your back, comfortable, warm, safe. Paying attention first to your breath. Breathing in and out and observing your abdomen as it rises and falls with the gentle flow of your breath. And now bring your awareness to the center of your eyebrows, center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. That completes our Yoga Nidra meditation. Go ahead and start to wiggle, stretch your legs out along the mat and your arms overhead, and see if you can stretch both sides of your body away from each other. And wiggle your fingers and your toes. And circle your wrists and your ankles. And hug your right knee to your chest. And say, thank you, knee. And then extend that leg along the mat. And hug your left knee to your chest and say, thank you, knee. And then extend your leg along the mat. Hug both knees to your chest. This is a totally different knee stretch and allows you to massage your lumbar spine and your lower back. Your lower spine. Rock from side to side. And you're massaging your organs too, opening your hips, stretching the back. Helps with sciatica and all sorts of things. Come on back, and whenever you're done, hold on, roll to the side and stay here. This is, hold, if I can, gotta find my, there it is. This is our 1 minute, our gratitude minute. Just staying here and finding and noticing and acknowledging and creating whatever gratitude you have for yourself and your practice and your day and your life. And then bring yourself up to seated. You can use your top arm and push yourself away out to the side and then up to a floor seated position. And I'm going to remove the spotlight. And I'm going to put my picture back on. And let's go ahead and prayer pose. Press your hands strongly together. And then soften your hands and lift your occipital ridge away from your shoulders so your skull can roll forward, bowing, nodding, recognizing that we are each a light and we're all one light. And we'll close the class by saying to each other, Namaste.
Namaste.
And I want, before I take the recording away, I wanted Kathleen to tell me again what happened at your podiatrist. Oh, you have to unmute yourself. Whoops.
Okay, takes a while. She has some kind of scan that can see how the pressure, how your foot stands over this scanner, and my toes and my feet were equal on both sides, and the pressure points were even on my toes. She was impressed.
And that hasn't happened in the past.
She showed me, yeah, she actually keeps the record, so she showed me what it was before. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
and so yeah,
What work with that?
maybe and maybe even likely the work you've done here has helped with that.
Yes.
Yay!
So thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank you.
for holding with me. See you next
Thank
time. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.